Hi, we zijn hier bij Friends of Search en ik ben Wouter Blok, Industry Manager Travel bij Google. En naast mij staan Yves van Interhome en Oz van Innovative Travel. From here I'll switch to English because these guys are not from the Netherlands. So tell me guys, Yves, to start with you, could you briefly introduce yourself a little bit more than I just did?
Okay. I've been working for Google for 6 years, managing clients like Intel, like Housetrip, also easy to book, trying to scale their business internationally from a consulting point of view. In my role now, I'm working for Interhome, a holiday rental company with over 30,000 properties, and I'm leading the performance marketing team there.
Cool, thanks. Oz.
I run Innovative Travel, which does PPC for hotel meta search. We work in 40 different countries, market over 100,000 hotels at any given moment of time, and we mostly rely on PPC, Google, other advertising systems.
Yeah. When today we were talking, what really struck me is that you, Yves, really used the couleur locale by using local agencies to get the most from how that market thinks, and Oz, you use your power of spanning the globe with your team to find nuts of interesting data where you can steer upon. And both ways are, you know, really great, but they both have their pros and their cons. So what I'd like to know is, Yves, how do you share knowledge across all these countries with those agencies, or do you on purpose not share knowledge between them and let them compete more?
No, I think the most essential point is we are a very small team, so we won't have the possibility internally to either using machine learning technology or having like 50 native people speaking those languages and applying those things. But we have like 2 specialists on SEA, myself and another guy who really know how they can steer those campaigns. So what we did, we actually really have on purpose 2 to 3 agencies on our SEA accounts which have the local market expertise, which have native language speakers. It's just really the most important things. And we try to, whatever learnings we have from one market, we then discuss this with the other agency and trying to see whether it would make sense to test it. And we test it and we iterate and adapt.
Cool. And Oz, you mentioned that you use an external translation bureau.
Right.
How can you make sure that these make the most of the context within AdWords? For instance, top lines that get longer. How do you make sure that they know about these things that are so specific to search engine marketing?
Well, first of all, we have automatic tools to reduce sizes of things and to shorten it. You have to do that when you work in a scale. We honestly build on one hand guides, and on the other hand we measure that to benchmarks. So we run, every market runs certain life cycles. If you're now in life cycle 4 of advertisements, you should be in certain levels. If you're not there yet, something is going wrong. And what we also try and do, we try and develop long-term relationships with the translators. So the same translator would be working with us over years. We usually use Odisk. We keep with the same persons for the long run. And they learn with us what didn't work, what did work, and what was actually the difference in their own market versus our international expectation.
Right, right. So again, data tells you where discrepancies are and where you need to take a closer look at. Yves, if you would like to share with people that weren't here today, what is the main thing that you would like to convey when running international PPC campaigns?
Not only take the look at what PPC does itself, but really look at the attribution it takes overall, and make sure that you have it synced into your end-to-end data system, that you're really able to measure what happens then in the back end to integrate it back into other systems, so that you really make sure that you're on the right track, because cancellation rates happen in our industry, and if I don't on top of those things, then I just make wrong decisions. The second thing is that it really is important to look, if I'm doing that whole attribution, that kind of thing. The analysis is one thing, but it's really about discussing the results with the entire team, also with an external expert, and make the best out of it.
Thanks. Oz, closing statement. If you would like to give one tip to people who run international PPC, what would be?
Learn across markets and do it very fast. So most of the things are actually common. The differences are small. Listen to your data and see, is there any reason why this will not work across my market? And usually there isn't. It would work across your market if you reduce the noise.
Thank you very much.